And we're live. We're live. Let me just see till it says live or something. Okay, there we go. Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of the music bot coding series. We're going to be actually coding the final two commands, which is the search command, which I explained in the last episode, and the skip command. So what the search command does is that you can actually search for 10 results at once, 10, and in an embed it will show all the 10 results, and you can select from 1 to 10, and that is the most intriguing, the most interesting part. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do the search command. And what we're going to do is we're just going to copy and paste our play command because it's most likely going to be the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the array because we don't need anything from the array. So pretty much everything here is going to stay the same. The only thing that is going to be different is actually where this part is. Where it catches the error and puts a new try-catch for the search string. So for here, we can go ahead and see, I'm going to put the index to 10. Let me just go ahead and switch my keyboard real quick because it's not working. So first off, we're going to go ahead and, do we need this? I don't think we're going to need this right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove this. And we can actually name this videos because we have multiple videos inside. And what we're going to do is we're going to get an index, so the index of 0, and you'll see what this does in a moment. So we're going to go ahead and let index equal 0, and then we're going to go and let embed equals new discord.reach embed. I'm not sure if I actually called in Discord. I didn't, so actually let's do that real quick. So const discord, discord equals require discord.js, and we can actually just simply call in a reach embed. But I'm not a fan of doing that, so I'm just gonna do reach embed. We're gonna set the color to random because I always set colors to random because so that the colors aren't repetitive every single time. And what we're gonna need now is we're gonna set the thumbnail, and we're gonna use bot avatar URL. So we're gonna use the bot avatar as our thumbnail. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do set title. We're going to get a title in, and let's see, music selection, something like this. Let's actually add this design, this little thing, so it doesn't look too bland. And we're also going to need a description. Now, this is where things gets interesting. This is just the embed, just simply the embed. What we're going to do then is we're going to give you we're going to choose our response. What's going to happen, we're going to have yet another try-catch in here. Is what I'm thinking of doing. There's probably a way to do using selection, but I'm going to be using try-catch because I don't know. I personally feel that's going to be the easiest way to do this. So we're going to use try-catch and we're going to see how it works. So first, we're gonna need to go ahead and get our thing here, music searches. We're gonna go ahead and get our description set up ready and going first. So again, this is going to return an array. So this video here is going to be returning an array, which means we're going to need to map it. So we're going to do videos.map, which we did exactly the same using the queue, the queue, and we're going to do videos.map, and then the result that we get from this, which is going to be one video only, and we're going to go ahead and simply do and join them using numbers, which is going to be I plus 1, which is going to be index plus 1. Going, or no, I mean it's not I, it's index, so we can do plus plus. No, we want to output first. We want to plus and then output, and not plus and not output and then plus, because we start from 0. So plus plus index. The difference between plus plus here, difference between plus plus index and index plus plus is that what plus plus index does, it's going to output 0. It's going to output 0 first. No, sorry. It's going to do index plus 1 first, and then it's going to output index. But what index plus plus does, it actually go ahead and output index, and then it's going to go ahead and do index plus 1. And basically that's the difference. So that's why we're going to need to do we're going to need to plus first and then output index. So that's that, and we're also going to add a little bit of a dash there. No, it's going to be in here, like that. And then the rest is going to do, and then I'm pretty sure the rest is going to do its own thing. So after that, we need our we need that, and it's going to be in the same string. So let's actually put this into a new line because I'm getting really confused. So right, so what we're going to do is here is our video, which is going to be our each video video search. So we're going to do video.title because that's what it is, and we're going to join each one of these using a break line, obviously, and then we're gonna, let's see how this is gonna go actually. So it's gonna, right, yeah, let's do a separate break line here. So we can actually do this in a footer, but I personally like doing everything inside our embed itself. So let's go ahead and copy this real quick. Which we're gonna go ahead and do that. So copy, and we're gonna go ahead and paste it here, and select music from above between 1 and 10 within 10 seconds. So basically after 10 seconds you won't be able to select it anymore, basically. And this is basically it. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make these bold. Within 10 seconds. I hope I didn't actually mess up anything. Now that I can see anything that I've messed up. So that's the embed. And now we can actually do message.channel.send the embed. You can actually delete the embed right after, but I think that might cause some errors, so I'm not going to. And why is tabbing going so far? Is there some problem with indentation? Maybe, I don't know. It ends there. There shouldn't be a problem, honestly. Technically there shouldn't be any problems that's going on or anything. So let's go ahead and do another try catch-up error. And it's not recommended to do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So since this is instead of try, so we're going to do for response equals which is going to be our the message that we're going to send, which we're going to send. So we need to await because we're going to be awaiting our message send. So message channel.await messages. Basically, I'm pretty sure that's what actually collects the message. Text channel await messages. It's going to be collect our message, basically. So you can see that's that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get our message, obviously. So what we need to do is a little bit of a a little bit of a selection here. So we're gonna do a conditional statement here. So as message content needs to be greater than 0, or it needs to be less than 10. No, and it has to be less than 10. So it has to be, no, it actually needs to be less than 11 because 10 is included. So it has to be greater than 0 or less than 11, and then we can go ahead and do everything we need to inside the response. So what we need is a max matches. I think that's the thing. Max matches is going to be 1 only. Time is going to be 10 seconds, so that's 1 second, and that's 10 seconds. And finally, errors that we can get is the time. So when we actually get an error, we're going to say that time is the error, and it's going to stop collecting. And we need that there. There we go. And that should be it. And then we're going to go ahead and catch the error. So if error, and we're going to return undefined basically. And we're just going to simply delete the message. So message.channel message.delete. That should be it. After 5,000. Yeah, okay. No, let's not delete the message because it's going to look weird, because there's going to be an embed, but there's no message sent, so it'll look a little bit weird. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that. So we're gonna return message. We're gonna return message.channel.send, and then we're gonna do utils.cmd fail, so we can go ahead and use the embed and our syntax. I think I have I'm not sure if I actually called in config. I should have. So you config that prefix, and we're going to what's the command? Search for music title, music. And here, what we're gonna do, please. No, this will be a timeout because it's going to error, so it's going to catch the error. So timeout would be. We're gonna need a warning sign, aren't we? So we're gonna do and get a warning sign. So let's go and copy that. So you have exceeded the 10 seconds selection time. So yeah, this is going to stay, and it's not going to be deleted because there's going to be an extra embed there, so we don't want it to look all weird and all. And that should be it for the catch. And basically that's pretty much it actually, and the rest is going to handle the rest here. So we're done. We're legitimately done with the search command. So if we go ahead and load our bot now, we have 8 commands done, and so we're ready to play music. So if we do and do search, let's actually join the music channel first. So we do search, and should have some I didn't mean to close that. How do I go to my channel? I think you're here. There we go. I keep getting confused between the new and old channel thingy here. So because you go to channel from here, using the new layout. Musics. There it is. Right. Actually, no. Let's actually search for no copyright sounds. Right, so it's going to show a list of videos. So what we can do is just search no copyright sounds. It should give me a list of the videos, and I can select within 10 seconds. Let's not do anything for these 10 seconds, and we're going to see what happens. I think I'm going to remove the title because it looks a little bit weird right now. So there you go. You have exceeded the 10-second selection time. So that's how it works. Because now if I select one, it shouldn't work anymore. So now we're going to go ahead and do search again. and we're gonna select 1. So let's select the first one because that's the song we want to listen to, and it should work. It shouldn't have any errors. Can I read property ID of undefined? Weird. Does the play commands do work? Let's see. Let's see if the play commands do works. So we're going to do this. Do that. Does that work? Yes, the play command works. Also, I turn up the volume so you guys should be able to hear better now. Yep. You guys should be able to hear this better now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop the music, and I'm actually not sure where the error is coming from. There's an ID error that I've absolutely don't know where. First of all, let's actually remove the title because it's a little bit weird. I'm not sure where the error is coming from. I can't see the error anywhere. We get 10 results, and that's our 10 results here. We select, and it says there's an ID error. I didn't see it anywhere. If error, we get undefined. Yeah, okay. I think this is where I forgot to add something in, which is to actually get and pause the index. We need to get the index of the music first and get the ID of the music. So since we're going to need a video index here, I'm going to use a const because it's going to be a constant and never going to change. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pause it as an integer. So response.first. So we get our first response. And then we're going to get the content of the first response. And then because the first response is going to be a string, we're going to go ahead and parse it in so we can go ahead and get it as an integer. So then we're going to go ahead and do var video and equals to await. And then it should be bot.youtube.getVideo by ID. Okay, completely forgot to do this. So we're going to go ahead and get videos. And then we're going to video index, and we're going to -1 because we need it to be the first index, which is index 0. So if we do video index 1, it's going to be 1, but it's not 1 in the array; it's 0. So what we do is we -1 to get the first item in the array, so it goes to 0. And we need to actually get the ID of the song because that's what we need. And that should be it. That should be it. This actually should work now. Okay, right, let's go ahead and reload the search command, and this time around it should work. Let's see. There you go. It's been played. Music's playing. And let's search another one. And let's actually let's actually wait for 10 seconds so that this thing stops. We can also test if erroring or not. And see, it works perfectly. It's not actually wrong syntax. I should probably change that. So we're gonna search this. We're gonna select number 4. Please, because Alan Walker fade. And it should work. There you go. It's actually really loud. I should probably drop the audio. And now, as you can see, everything works perfectly. And there's the search command. It's literally the same as the play command. I only really did copy the search, the play command to the search one. It's because it's going to simplify my work of recoding everything. Of course, there's also you can always remove check for playlist or whatever. But if people accidentally use search and a video URL, then it's going to work just as perfectly fine. So that's one way to avoid errors and random mistakes that people will probably find. So that's why I put the search command to be the exact same as the play command, except just that you get 10 responses. So I should probably stop the music now. I should be able to hear the music. So let's go ahead and stop the music. The quality and all, it's pretty good and it's perfect. Now, the final command that we're going to be doing is the skip command. Now, it isn't that complex. It's not really that hard, but it gets a little bit confusing sometimes. So what we need to do is simply get the skip.js. What we're going to need to do is actually go back to the function in a moment, and we're going to need to actually work with the function and add we need it to handle the vote skips and all if a person doesn't have the permission to. If the person is an administrator, then of course they will be able to actually go ahead and they're going to go ahead and have the permissions to actually skip the song without any problem. But if they don't, then it's going to be a little bit of a problem. And I think I can't actually log in here. I need to check my email. Oh crap. Right, hold on. I think I can check my email on my phone. I don't want to actually show you guys my password and all. I know even if it's going to be hidden, I might actually accidentally show it. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm and verify my login on my phone real quick. Should be verified. Should be verified by now. There we go. Right, my IP has been authorized, and we can go ahead and log into the server. And the reason why I'm actually here is because it's my second account server. It's actually this second account is actually the owner of the server, so I can actually remove all of these so that we can actually check, see if we are actually going to be the one, if we actually can skip the music or not, to test permissions. So that out of the way, we can actually start coding it now. So what we're going to need to do here is we need our config. We're most likely going to need our config. Yeah, we're probably gonna need our config for something. Not actually sure what. Usually I do config to check for permission, but since we're actually not going to do some extra permissions or whatever, we don't actually need to call on config. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight into the command. So async and then bots message and args, and we can do that. Help, and name is going to be skip, and the aliases is going to be an empty array because I can't think of anything to write in right now as an alias. So that's that. Obviously we're gonna need our queue, and so let's go and get our queue. And in fact, let's just go ahead and copy and paste that command or code in. I don't actually have it here, so let's actually go ahead and copy and paste this. We might want to actually go ahead and get the stop command real quick. And we're going to need to copy this piece of code. We're going to go ahead and paste it right up here. We're also going to need to get votes. So let's go into vote. It's simply, we can't actually code this right now. I don't have. I need the function first. So what we're going to need to do is we need to go ahead and go to our function, and we're going to add our little what's it called, vote construct, because that's going to be checking for permission and all when we do this. So let's go ahead and do let vote construct equals to this. So votes is going to be an integer of 0. We're going to start an integer of 0, and we're going to get our set of voters. So it's going to be an array, basically. So that's that, and that's pretty much it. So if that's our vote construct, and if there's no song, then where is it? Let votes equals to bot.q. No, it's in bot.q. No. It's our bot.q. It's basically bot.q. No, what am I talking about? It's bot.vote. It's a new map. We need to get bot.q vote.get and then the guild ID. I think I'm forgetting something. We need to set a bot.vote.set and then our vote construct. I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure that's it for our vote construct here. I don't think I need anything else. Yes, we do. Forgot to pass in our message.guild ID as our key array. So. And that's pretty much it. I think that's it. Now what we need to do is if bot.q is going to delete the votes, we're also going to need to delete our votes from the guild ID from this map. So these are two separate maps, just so we know that. And so basically, if someone votes to skip music, it doesn't skip from the other server back to this one. So basically, that's going to handle our votes. So now we can actually go back to our skip command, where we can actually go ahead and check for permissions. And if they don't have the permission, then we're going to involve the skip thing. So now we just need to go ahead and check for permission now. So if which is message.member, I think it's message.member that has permission. If they don't have the permission, if they don't have the permission, administrator, let's actually code. Actually, just copy the code because I'm pretty sure I have the same thing here. It's gonna be more accurate as well. Didn't actually make any mistake, but okay. So if they don't have this permission, then we're gonna go ahead and handle all the votes. So if I didn't actually call enough votes in yet, so we need to get let votes equals bot.votes.get and then message.guild.id. Right. So if votes dot voters, I'm pretty sure, dot includes. This is basically checking if the person has voted already or not. If it includes message.author.id, then it's going to return a message that's saying that you've already voted, so that you can't actually go ahead and send the message again. So I don't know if I can use. I'm not sure if I should use CMD fail because it's going to say syntax error, even though it's not really. But we're just going to use it anyway because it technically is a CMD fail, but you should probably avoid doing this as much as possible. So let's go ahead and copy that. And this is a different command, so I should probably change this to skip. Right, so let's return this. This is skip. And I'm going to go ahead and say you have already voted. I was going to go and copy this warning sign here, and we're going to go and paste that right there. So if they've already voted, then they can't vote again. So it's just simply going to return the code. But we're going to go ahead and do get. I'm just going to votes dot votes. Is it vote dot votes? Where is it? Votes. Yes, vote dot votes +1 plus basically just simply plus. And then we're going to need to do vote.voters and then we need to push message.guild message.author.id. So that will get the author's ID, and we're going to go ahead and say message.channel.send. Actually, let's just keep this simpler. Message.reply, and you have, since it's going to be a reply, it's going to automatically put the author ID. It mentioned the author and put a what's it called, comma. So yeah, you have voted to skip. No, I don't like this. I can actually think of a better thing to do. So message.channel.send, and we can actually go ahead and copy our music icon or logo, or it's actually an icon. What am I saying? So we're gonna go ahead and copy that, and we're gonna paste that here and say message.author. You have voted to skip. There we go. This looks much better, in my opinion. This should look much better, in my opinion. And then, if they don't have the permission, and if votes.votes is greater than 3, so we simply need 3 votes, and then we're just going to go ahead and return and skip. We'll just go ahead and queue.connection.dispatcher.end. Basically, this is just going to end the first song, because every time it ends, here we go. If it ends, it's going to shift to the next music and play the next music. So that's what it does. But this will only error, and this is basically going to run this here. So yeah, and just rerun itself. But if there's no music, then it'll automatically go ahead and actually says that gets deleted. So I don't actually know why I need to call in votes here. I don't actually need to call in votes, I don't think. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. So yeah, if that's the case, then it's gonna do that. If they already have the permission, then it's simply a matter of votes it's gonna be queue.connection.dispatcher.end. Simply gonna do that if they have permissions. And that's the skip command done, and I don't think we need the votes here for anything. Let me see. I might be actually overlooking something that I actually need the votes here for. I personally don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. I do. I absolutely do. Because someone can't skip again, can't vote to skip if they went to the next, if the song has been, the music has successfully skipped. So we want to actually reset the array when the dispatcher ends. So when it shifts, votes.votes should equals to 0 again, and votes.voters should equal an empty array again, because otherwise we won't be able to skip again. So there we go. That should do it. This should be everything done. And if we go ahead and go back to here and we reload, we're actually going to need to restart the whole bot actually, because the function actually changed. So now let's make a playlist, and let's add some more songs into our playlist. Just because it's a little too short. These are some classics. Right. Right, musics. Right, let's go ahead and play. Just to show you guys, this shouldn't error. I'm just gonna use the search playlist, and you'll see it'll work just as fine. So it should work. And let's skip, and we don't have the permission, it should say that we skipped it. Get. Pause the song real quick. Get. What.votes.get. What.votes. Ah, okay. Okay. This should be a big error. If I actually left this as vote. Oh, when I actually know. Let's put it back to votes. What is it? Put it back to votes. Just add an S here. It'll just look nicer because it's better off like this. So let's actually restart the bot now. Basically, the music's completely stopped. And so we'll just add our array back, our song list back. And now if I skip, it should work. You voted to skip. I can add a property of set now. What? I think I used vote here in the function. Is that the case? Yes, we need to vote here. Holy crap, the typos are really giving me a headache. Right, this should do the trick. Alright. So copy that. This shouldn't be the problem. It shouldn't be a problem anymore. There we go. Now if you go ahead and do skip, you have voted to skip, and it skipped. It flipping skipped, even though I don't have permission. Okay, we're gonna need to deal with this. So if it's greater than 3, let's just use an else statement here. It's because sometimes, gosh, it just breaks just because of an else statement. Actually, can't I just do this? I don't need the curly brackets. Right. Hopefully this works. And the music you play is basically because of lags, but it should. Right. Let's go ahead and play this again. Should add this to the queue before I skip. I think the bot is lagging because, as you can see, the bot is actually playing, but it's actually, you can't actually hear anything. It's probably because the bot is lagging or something. So we are just going to have to turn off the bot real quick. We could end the music playback and simply do this again. This should actually fix everything. This should probably fix it. Should work. There we go. So if we go ahead and do the queue, all the songs are there, and if we go ahead and do skip, I added me to a vote, and if I do skip again, I have already voted to skip, and so it won't work. So it simply deletes it just simply deleted my message. Utils is not defined. Alright, let's actually define util real quick. Reload skip, and if I do this, I don't have the permission to run this command. Of course. Reload skip. Right, if I do skip now? No, I don't have the permission to run that command. So skip, config. Did I use config anywhere? Oh yes, config that prefix, of course. Of course. Okay. This should be it. Right. If I do skip, I already voted to skip, as you guys can see. Right. Now, what I'm going to think of doing I've already voted, and we're gonna put vote.votes out of 3. And we're gonna do the same for here. And that's it. If I reload skip now, and if I do skip, I don't have the permission to, keep forgetting. But if I do reload skip here, if I do skip now, it should say that how many votes there are, so there we go. I think I'm gonna add one last little thing. Would it be better if no, let's actually keep it non-bold. And here, I don't have permission, so I might as well reload skip here. And now, if I do not that skip, there we go. I have there's that. So, but here I actually have permission, so it's going to skip instantly. I need to join the voice channel first. So it should skip the song. There we go. As you can see, the song is skipped. Q. And if I do skip, I have voted to skip from the very beginning once more. And there you go. That's the skip command done. And we've only been streaming for 41 minutes. This actually took a long time. Okay, this actually took me longer than we were supposed to. But hey, it worked. We got our skip command, and we got our search command, and everything is good. And this is how this is the whole bot completed. I don't think we have anything else. If we want help commands, we can actually do that real quick. Of course, you can always do advanced help commands. That way you can iterate through JSON. But I'm not gonna do that, so let's do a simple help.js. And this song doesn't actually sound too bad. But I'm just gonna lower down the volume. So we can go ahead and do module.exports.help.run equals async bot message args, and this should basically be everything we need. So and prefix, no, aliases. I don't know why I thought I was typing prefix there. So we can go ahead and let we're gonna need to call in Discord. So const Discord equals require Discord, and let embed equals discord.reachembed dot set color. Nope, that's set color. This new discord.reachembed dot set color as a random, and we're going to set we're going to add set thumbnail thumbnail of bot.avatar.url bot.user, sorry. And we're just going to add fields because why not? So the first command is our play command, the main command. Instead of calling in, of course, you know what? Let's do it. So const config. Let's just do this honestly. Const just get prefix from the config equals require, and then settings slash config.json, and we'll go ahead and simply do prefix from here. It should work. We need to use template literals. I can hear it double. I just realized that. Right, so we do that. We just add a little explanation for this. In fact, we just need to do this music URL play plays music. And we're just going to go ahead and add the rest of the fields in, which is going to be our prefix here. And we're going to add a search. Let's do search first. So search for music. And then it's going to search for top 10 results on YouTube. Search for top 10 results of music. It can be normal videos too, to be honest, but we're just going to go ahead and say that it's going to be music because this is a music bot. You can obviously go ahead and do this with Spotify as well, but I've never really played with Spotify, so I'm just not going to deal with that for now. The next command would be search. No, other than search. So let's do skip. Skip the current music to the next in the queue. 3 votes needed if you have no permission. And we'll go ahead and add another field in, and our prefix. Of course, as I said, you can iterate through all your files and get the names of the commands, or you can use a JSON and put every info in JSON and iterate through those as well. But I'm just gonna do it manually because this is only gonna be a music bot and there's nothing hard to do about this. And the only reason why I'm actually even making this help command is because I just want 10. I don't know why. I just want 10 there. So we're also going to need a volume command, so volume. Optional this is going to be optional in the volume. And we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of a set title and say that our help message. So help message. This is going to be help. Means needed, a must, and this means optional. There, right. Shows the current volume, or if args 0, or if entered args. Entered arguments changes the volume. And then we're gonna add another field for the skip command. We don't have. Do we have the skip command written here? Yes, I actually already did. So we need the prefix. What we would need? Resume. Let's use pause first because you would need to pause before you resume. So pause. Pauses the music playback. And we're gonna add another field, which is going to be for resume. Resumes the music playback. I think that's it. We got volume. We got we need one more. We need the stop command. So now we go prefix. Stop. Stops the music playback. Playback. And bot leaves the voice channel. So that means it's going to go ahead and kill the connection. So we got volume, we got stop, we got skip, search bar, done, resume, queue, and all. So, and now we're going to need to add a field, another field for the last command, which is going to be the reload command, which is going to be a command here. Reloads is specified command. And then we can go ahead and simply just go ahead and end that there, and message.channel.send, and then send the embed. There you go. And so we can go ahead and reload the help message, and if we do help, I don't have the permission, I just remembered, so reload help. So we do help now, and there you go, everything is there. Of course you can make this nicer, but that's just there for the time being. Yeah, we don't actually need to make this bold because this is a title, so let's actually remove this. Reload help. Honestly, this is getting annoying, so let me just add my permissions back. I'm not sure which one is actually the correct one. Verified. Let's remove VIP from here. I don't want VIP staff. That might be the one. Reload help. I'm gonna do help. And there we go. And I think this looks pretty nice. Of course, you guys can go and play around with this more, but I think that's pretty much it. There you go. The music bot is 100% completed, and it took 3 episodes. I think everything looks pretty nice. And with the queue, let's go and do a recap. We got the queue. Let's actually add some songs in here. We're gonna have some doubles because we have that in already. So let's go and play. We can add playlist. We can search for music. So let's search for something like I don't know. We're most likely not gonna get there, but let's try to search Reawake from the Steins Gate OST, and let's select number 2. And see, we have added that into here. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm most likely not going to get all the way there. And another thing we can do is we can obviously, well, search for something like Okabe's Defiance, which is another OST from Steins Gate. We can go ahead and select one. I think that's exactly what I did, honestly. I'm just gonna go ahead and play. Let's do something like Fatima, Steins Gate, because why not? Big fan of Steins Gate. And yeah, there you go. It searches everything. We can even add let's do this. Let's find the music from here. Right, let's select that. This is a classic song. Alright, let's go ahead and play. We can play URL. Perfect. And we can do a lot, honestly. That's everything that we do with the play. We can skip because I have the permission to actually skip. We got the queue. We can view the queue or list. We have aliases. And another command we can do is pause. We can resume. We can view our volume, which we can have. Which we have an alias of vol for. I can do vol 50 and raise the volume. And we can skip, which are already covered. What else? We got reload, which I showed you guys in a moment ago. And finally, we obviously have the stop command, which we're going to go ahead and do right now, and it completely stops the music playback. And there you go. That's everything for the music bot. I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and hopefully this actually helped you guys make your own music bot. The source code will be up sooner. Will be up soon for you guys to check out on GitHub. But try not to copy and paste, and actually learn what the hell the code is doing. If you didn't watch the whole series or every episode, all 3 of the episodes, because it does take 3 hours, then you guys can go and actually look at the code and actually learn what's going on. Just don't copy and paste. It's not going to serve any purpose if you copy and paste. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Everyone does that, even though you tell them not to. But I'm still gonna have the source code on GitHub, so feel free to check out the source code. And yeah. Also, make sure to check out how to install FFmpeg, because that's really important for you to actually be able to listen to music. And with that FFmpeg installed, even if you have everything set up correctly in your code, it's still not, your code won't actually work. You won't, well, it will, but you won't be hearing anything being played. So that's that, sadly. So you're gonna have to install FFmpeg, and make sure you have OpenScript installed, even if you are not going to be touching anything from OpenScript inside your code. Make sure you have it installed, because it's what is actually going to help play the music along with FFmpeg. You can also use Node Opus, but we're not going to be using NodeJs because for some reason it's not working for me. But yeah, other than that, I've got nothing else to say. So if you guys enjoyed this series, be sure to drop a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then make sure to subscribe, and we'll stay tuned for future episodes. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy. I think I've said that for so many times already, or I don't even know. So I'll see you guys in the next video, next episode. I'll probably actually fulfill the request of doing how to make an AFK command or AFK system. But yeah, see you guys in the next episode.